Welcome to the GCSE Maths Advantage. I'm Dr. James Carter, and every episode I'm going to break down one topic, show you where the marks are, and give you a quick win you can use in your next exam. Whether you're targeting a grade 7 or pushing for a 9, let's get into it.
Hook. Imagine sitting in an exam, hands shaking a bit, and you see, give your answer exactly. You type 1.414 and move on. That one decimal answer just lost you a whole mark on a higher question, and the examiner wanted an exact surd. Sound familiar? This episode will stop that panic and give you a routine to keep answers exact and collect the marks.
Let's work through this step by step. Today, surds and indices. What they are, how fractional indices are just roots in disguise, how to simplify, and how to rationalize denominators without slipping arithmetic errors. We'll do one worked higher example and finish with a 2-line routine you can use in the exam.
The concept. Start simple. Indices are shorthand for repeated multiplication. A squared means A times A. Fractional indices rewrite roots. A to the power of a half is the square root of A, and more generally, A to the power of m over n means the nth root of A raised to the mth power. So A to the power of 2/3 equals A to the power of 1/3 to the squared, and that means cubed root of A squared. Knowing that lets you move between roots and indices when it helps the algebra. Why this matters? Indices follow rules you already know. A to the m multiplied by A to the n equals A to the m plus n, and A to the m all to the n equals A to the mn. These rules let you simplify products of surds when they share the same base. For example, root 50 multiplied by root 2 equals root 50 times 2 equals root 100 equals 10. But often the easier route is to prime factor the inside. Root 50 equals root 25 times 2 equals 5 root 2. So 5 root 2 multiplied by root 2 equals 5 times 2 equals 10. Both ways work, but the second shows how to spot like terms.
Sums of surds, you can only combine like surds. Root 2 and root 8 are not directly addable, but write root 8 equals 2 root 2, then root 2 plus 2 root 2 equals 3 root 2. A common mistake is trying to add root 3 and root 12 without simplifying the second. Don't do that under time pressure. Simplify first, then look for like terms.
Rationalising denominators. Exams generally prefer exact answers with no surd in the denominator. For a single surd, multiply top and bottom by that surd. 1 over root 2 is root 2 over root 2 times root 2 equals root 2 over 2. For a binomial denominator like 1 over root 3 plus 1, multiply numerator and denominator by the conjugate, root 3 minus 1. That gives root 3 minus 1 over 3 minus 1 equals root 3 minus 1 over 2. The trick is the conjugate removes the cross-surd terms because a plus b times a minus b equals a squared minus b squared.
Worked higher example. Let's simplify this expression and leave the answer exact. 3 root 50 minus root 18 divided by root 2. First, simplify each surd. Root 50 equals 5 root 2. Root 18 equals 3 root 2. So the numerator becomes 3 times 5 root 2 minus 3 root 2 equals 15 root 2 minus 3 root 2 equals 12 root 2. Now divide by root 2. 12 root 2 divided by root 2 equals 12. That's a clean, exact answer. If you had switched to decimals, you'd be hunting for lost marks. Write it down, don't just think it.
The exam technique. Here's where the marks are. For a multi-step surd question on higher tier, you typically see M marks for method and an A mark for the final answer. For our example, that's likely M1 for rewriting each surd in simplest surd form, M1 for combining like terms, and A1 for the final simplified exact answer. Even if you can't spot the final simplification, those 2 method marks are yours if you show the intermediate surd simplifications.
2 tiny errors that lose marks. First, writing decimals when the question asks for exact answers. That often costs the A mark. Second, Failing to show the simplification step. If you simplify in your head and then only write the final line, examiners may not award method marks. So habitually write the intermediate Surds simplifications. That's marks for the taking.
The quick win, a 60-second routine you can use under timed conditions. Follow these 3 lines every time. 1. Simplify each surd fully by spotting square factors. Turn square root 18 into 3 square root 2 straight away. 2. Combine like surds only after simplification. Write them out so the examiner sees your work. 3. If there's a surd in the denominator, rationalise using the conjugate, or multiply by the surd and then simplify the denominator. That's it. 3 clear actions every time. The examiner wants to see your method.
Quick check. Always substitute your simplified surd back into the original expression if possible. In our example, after simplifying, we divided 12 root 2 by root 2 to get 12. Substitute mentally or jot it down to confirm no sign or factor slips. Don't skip the check. Short recap. Keep answers exact. Simplify surds fully. Combine like terms only. Rationalise denominators and always show the intermediate steps for method marks. Let that sink in.
Practice challenge. Try these under timed conditions before checking the solutions. Question 1. 3 minutes. Simplify and give your answer exactly. 5 root 72 minus 2 root 32 divided by root 8. Write each simplification step, show combining like terms, then the final division. Question 2. 4 minutes. Rationalise and simplify. 1 over root 6 minus root 2. For full marks, write the conjugate multiplication, simplify the denominator using a squared minus b squared, and present the exact final fraction. Don't jump to decimals. Write each step.
Resources and CTA. That's your quick win for today. If this helped, share it with a friend who's revising. You'll find worked solutions, printable checklists and more practice on jcacademyonline.co.uk. Teachers and parents, the site has step-by-step answer sheets you can print and use at home. Visit the link in the show notes to download the pack.
Trust the process. Practice the 3-line routine until it becomes automatic. Nail this and you're halfway there. Stay curious.